What's up, world? Coming at you live and direct and hitting you in the chest like a shot of straight jack. This is No Chaser with Petey Mac. Let's get it. What's going on, y'all? This your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Petey Mac, man. I know I'm sorry about the delay for my episode. I usually do them on Sunday, but I had to wait a little bit, man, because y'all know I'm in one of my favorite cities other than my hometown, Moss Point. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, the A, a.k.a. the Trap. And right now I'm kicking it with one of my player partners, damn near my big brother, Mr. Sonny Gillespie, a.k.a. the Legendary Sonny G. What's cracking, pimp?
Man, what's good? I like the show. I like the show. I've been listening to the first 2 episodes, No Chaser. I got my own podcast, of course.
Yeah, I forgot to plug that in. I'm sorry, bro.
No, you cool. Effa Podcast. If you search on Spotify, Effa Podcast, EFFA Podcast, I'll pop up on that.
Ain't y'all still running that off of Anchor too? Y'all run that off the Anchor app too, don't it?
No.
It's not running no more?
No, we actually go to the studio to do it. I do need to get my own podcast on Anchor because it seems like it's really good quality. I didn't know that it was that good till I listened to yours. I didn't even realize it was Anchor until I heard the little the thing at the end. I was like, oh, Anchor's really doing that thing. So shouts out to Anchor and all this free advertising we've been giving them in the past minute.
I actually found out about this app from Kirby, man. A comedian we know named Kirby. Okay. Woman, shout out to Kirby. Man, she got her hand in everything. This woman is a author, comedian, filmmaker, stewardess.
She's everything but a thought, which surprises me.
And she advocates hard for the thighs too.
Yeah.
She's
a thought advocate that doesn't thought herself.
It would be hard on the thoughts for thought. I'm like, wait a minute, so you gonna advocate them being thoughts, but you mad because they out here doing what you said? Like a hypocritical dad. Hey, look here, man, don't be drinking and driving. But Pops,
you just come home drunk from the bar.
But Pops, you just had a bill. Shut up, I left. Knock shit out your head. That's kind of how Kirby is, man.
It is.
But shout out to Kirby for putting me on game about this. Now, my man, Sonny G, he's a connoisseur of, chicken wings.
Love wings.
Big women.
Love big women.
So since you be a connoisseur of big women, your feelings on this whole Lizzo thing and all that?
Well, so people have been, and my timeline has been lit up because I was the original BBW lover. I've been loving big girls since before BBW was even a term. Back when I first started liking big girls, the only thing you could call them was fat bitches. So from fat bitches to BBW, I've been there. And everybody's like, Sonny, what about this Lizzo thing? My whole thing is, rather she's doing it to be a so-called attention whore, or rather she's doing it to show big girl confidence, I don't mind either. We let Lady Gaga go to the Grammys in a dress made out of lunch meat. We done let Azealia Banks somehow become a celebrity for doing absolutely nothing but ragging on other celebrities on Twitter. Like, so attention whoring ain't nothing new, and I don't mind it, so I don't mind it when Lizzo does it. And then the big girl confidence thing, my whole thing with Lizzo is just too much too soon. You gotta leave some for the people. You gotta leave them wanting more. You can't just pop up showing your ass at the Lakers game one day and then show up twerking at the award show the next day and then show up crying on Instagram about how nobody's respecting you the next day and how it took you so long to reach this peak and everything like that. Like, slow down. We, those of us who are advocating for you and who are on your side, we see the struggle, we see the journey, we here for you. But quit trying to win people over on your side that obviously have no, intentions on being on your side. Like, fuck them.
My thing is, like, cause everybody everybody else does it. Rihanna, nobody says. I said, no, when Rihanna does it and all the other celebrities not about it, they're attention whoring too. Then just cause they skinny, they get a pass. They're attention whoring too. My thing is, she did that at the game with children, and I'm eating my popcorn. I don't want to see that when they eat my popcorn or I'm eating my hot dog, with mustard and stuff on it. That's nasty as hell. You already know them seats are public seats and all that, and the material that's on them. You work in the Georgia Dome, them seats attract sweat and every vile thing off a human being.
My thing about that though is that it was just public when she did it. That's the only problem. Like you said, me working at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I have, chicks come in there with the shortest of skirts wearing no panties whatsoever. And if you let them walk by and you get a whiff, you like, oh my God, I hope she puts something down before she sits in that seat. So it's not like that's not regularly happening. It just so happens that Lizzo's a celebrity and it was public that she was putting her bare, and all she put was her bare ass cheeks on the seats. It wasn't like she put whole sale pussy on the seats. Like I said, like I have seen done before. But and then the whole argument with the kids thing is, Hooters is a family establishment now. I remember in the 90s, Hooters was strictly where your daddy and his partners went to look at big-breasted chicks when they didn't want to go to the strip club because they didn't want to be disrespectful to your mama, but they still wanted to see titties. They went to Hooters to escape the family and to see titties. And then Hooters was like, hey, you can bring the kids. So now you and the kids is now looking at scantily dressed waitresses with big titties. And Hooters done changed their policy to the point where now that they used to just hire women with big titties, and now they hiring everybody because they want to be all inclusive with them. Why are we still called Hooters? Why don't we change the name? But as far as Lizzo and being bare-assed on the seat and making a spectacle of herself, I really feel like it's like we had that conversation about a certain white rapper last night. Just admit you don't like her. Just admit you don't mess with her antics or something like that.
And I've told people, I said, that's my thing about it. I said, I just don't like the energy she gives off. I said, oh, you discriminate against big women. I said, no, because I love me some Jill Scott.
Love Jilly.
Especially after that microphone. Oh, Lord, boy, like I said on the other episode, to beat that microphone.
Jilly from Philly could get it.
Yes. All of it.
Because
like everybody be like, man, she ain't that fine. I said, did you not see Get On Up and see her in that Mrs. Claus uniform?
I was mad when people was talking about how much weight Layla Rashawn gained, and Layla Rashawn is still fine as hell. Sunshine still looks like Sunshine, just with a little bit more weight on her, and I will still make that phone call that an officer from Harlem Nights made if Sunshine come.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you somebody who I'm mad she lost all her weight, because she was actually nice with her weight on, Jennifer Hudson. But she pissed me off two things. One, the way she lost it don't look good on her and it would do good off her. And then two, she did some like kind of fuck ass shit against what's the dude?
David Otunga.
Yeah, ain't it CM Punk? Ain't that what his?
Well, no, he's not CM Punk. It was just
Punk. Okay, I get out. But yeah, she did some kind of messed up ass shit with him, and I wasn't too keen on that. But that's neither here nor that's her personal shit and on some other shit. But
you know what's funny? So I feel like if I could do an updated scene from the Clumps, the part of the Clumps where the dad talks about Oprah and Luther Vandross, and he's like, lost all that weight. Wasn't nothing wrong with Oprah. Oprah was a fight. I feel like I want to do that same joke now, but with Jennifer Hudson and Ruben Studdard. Jennifer Hudson looked good, lost all that weight. Wasn't nothing wrong with Jennifer. Jennifer was a fight.
It wasn't.
I tell you what, Jennifer and Ruben need to keep their ass one way, because I'm getting confused.
Like the mom. I hope ain't nothing wrong with Jennifer. I used to love that. I hope nothing wrong with Oprah.
But yeah, that's how I like, but hey, I'm all for getting healthy. Like, that's my thing. I'm all for confidence, and I'm all for health, and I'm all for whatever makes you happy in life. If being fat makes you happy, then go ahead and be fat. If you need to get healthy, though, get healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's all, I don't try to look at nobody and dictate what's going to put the happiness in their life, because some of the most fit people are out here committing suicide. They go to the gym. They go to the gym and they like, oh, I look good, and the rest of their life or whatever is happening, and people is committing suicide in the gym. You know what I'm saying? People is putting belts around the weight thing. Yeah, you ain't seen it?
No.
People are putting belts around their neck and then putting them on the I forgot what you call the machines you pull down specifically. But yeah, people are killing themselves in the gym, literally. It's all kinds of stuff that's going on behind the scenes that people are like, oh yeah, he's healthy, he must be. That's like comedians. People automatically think that because we comedians, we must be happy all the time.
Hell no, we some of the most fucked up in the head people. I remember
that's why we're
right
comedians.
Before I moved here, Remember, shout out to Shaq Double D's All Black Comedy Show. We did that last night.
For a double dose of that pimping.
Cool last year. Shout out to my man, the Shaq, aka Shaq Double D. Red Light Cafe, Midtown Atlanta, Georgia, once a month. Y'all definitely go check that out if you in the city, especially around by the time when he happened. I remember when Shaq used to tell me that spot he used to have right there off the bluff, 630, or Church 630 as he used to call it. I remember right before I moved, I hit that room, and I had a friend of mine that was with me, so we did our shit that night. After that, we on that back porch he used to have. We used to all go congregate on that little bit of back porch that was elevated, and he just listened to all of us talk, and he's like, damn, man, I didn't know. I said, bro, and like the shit, he was like, damn, man, y'all got some shit going. I said, bro, comedians actually some of the most fucked up people. You know me? I said, this shit, like you always say, this shit is a form of therapy for us. Yeah. It is a form of therapy. Now, we're going to move on. Speaking of that, we're going to talk about your comedy origins and, what brought you here. Like, so what made you want to get into comedy? Like, what made a young Stephen Roberts, a.k.a. Sonny G, little kid from Madisonville, Cincinnati, Ohio, what was that moment that made you say, I want to try to pursue this?
It's funny because I've been thinking about that a lot lately because I've seen Tommy Davidson. Tommy Davidson was just at the Atlanta Comedy Theater last weekend. Yeah. Shout out to Tommy Davidson. And he was also on Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk. Tommy Davidson was the first comedian I ever seen live. When I was stationed in Korea, in Uijeongbu, Korea, in the Air Force, him and it was Tommy Davidson and I keep wanting to say D.L. Hughley, but I don't think it was D.L. Hughley, but it was him and somebody else. But I seen them live, and this was like a little hole in the wall bar and grill. Like, I don't even know how much they must have got paid to come there, but it was not an ideal spot to do comedy, but he went and he killed it. And Tommy Davidson was the first person that inspired me to actually get on the stage. As far as comedy's been a big part of my life, my whole life. I was telling somebody, like, nowadays, when Kevin Hart puts out a special, everybody goes to Netflix and they watch it, and then they get on social media and they go, have you seen it? Did you like this joke? Did you? When I remember when Eddie Murphy's, I think Delirious was the second one, wasn't it?
No, Delirious first, Raw was the second.
Raw. I remember when Raw came out. When Raw came out, my grandma had the entire family come over. All her kids came over, and of course her kids brought their kids, us. And so the adults is all in the living room, gathered around this little 20-inch TV with Raw and the VCR. And they try to tell us, go play, go do this, go this, but
that's just like, when you tell kids not to do that, that's like what they tell us. I mean, because, like my man said, he's a Air Force veteran. That's like when they tell us areas are secure, that means off limits. Like, hey, don't go to this area secure. The first thing we gonna do when we get in the cab, hey man, can you take us to XYZ?
Exactly.
And that same thing with kids, like, hey, don't watch this shit.
So they all in the living room watching Raw. So the kids, we all sneaking in one by one. We had figured out a system because they in there, they smoking weed, they drinking and everything like that. So we figured if you sneak in one at a time and go sit next to somebody or sitting between somebody or whatever, nobody will say nothing to you. You just got to be in there, be quiet and watch. And I remember doing that with Raw. And even though a lot of those jokes was going over my head, the ones that I was catching was like, oh, this is, I'm like 5'6" at the time, but I'm like, yo, this is funny. So he gets paid to stand up on a stage and tell jokes. I want to do that. And then I spent the rest of my grade school years being too shy to be the class clown. I was never, everybody always assumes that. It's like, oh, you a comedian? You must have been the class clown.
Same here with me, bro. No. I didn't become the class clown because I got stationed on the Dewey in San Diego. And they were like, you want the class clown? I said, no, I actually was like Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Basically, I was Screech, Steve Urkel, all the losers from the 90s shows was rolled into one was me. I was that's where Trap Nerd comes from, but we'll get into that later. So I was never the class clown. I was always, matter of fact, anytime I thought I was funny, somebody shut that down immediately. Shut your lame ass up, okay? But I always knew that humor was how I wanted to get across to people. I always wanted to be funny because I just felt like that was the best thing in the world to do, was to be funny, was to make people laugh. And so fast forward, I've never had stage fright. I've never met a stage or a microphone that I wasn't friends with. So I've always been in school plays. I was always that kid who read the end of the quarter awards and everything like that, and I would always throw in a joke here and there. And it wasn't until I joined the Air Force and no, sorry, I jumped ahead. I realized that I really wanted to try something. Here's the very first joke that I heard that really resonated with me. My grandma used to have, they called them party records.
Yeah,
back in the day. Yeah. They used to call comedy records party records because, again, like I was talking
that was
about,
only for, like how you said with the TV.
Adults.
That was only for grown people while they drinking like martinis and, or in our case, Thunderbirds, smoking cigarettes. And that kids weren't supposed to be down there.
Right. So my grandma had a record player with all these records with Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Lenny Bruce, and all of them. And I remember I went and I played one of the Red Fox records, and he told a joke about three gentlemen who go to a bar and a beautiful woman walks in. And so the three of them make a bet to see who can take her home. And all three of them go up and say something to her, and she rejects all three of them. So then all of a sudden, this real bummy looking dude walks in, and he goes straight to the bar, leans in, says something to her, and then they both leave together. And the three gentlemen, they go over to the bartender and they go, "Hey man, did you hear what he said to her?" Bartender looks and goes, "Said? He didn't say shit. He just licked his eyebrows." I think I might have been 7 when I heard that. I didn't even get the significance of the whole lick. I just thought lick his eyebrows was funny.
Yeah. And
that joke stayed with me over the years, and over the years I got more and more of it, and I was like, oh, that's why that part was funny. Oh, that's why that part. I always knew the joke was funny, but I didn't know exactly why until years later. And when I finally realized the layers of that joke, the many different reasons it was funny, I said, I want to be that type of comedian. I don't want to just make you laugh. I want you to really think about what I'm saying and for it to stick with you for a while, because I really feel like comedians, I think I heard you say this on a previous podcast, that comedians are philosophers. A lot of us relate our pain through humor. Mm-hmm. You know, we take something that is, somebody's about to jump off of a bridge right now for some of the shit that we're thinking about, but if we can make you laugh about it, you'll come off that bridge. You will come off that bridge. So I realized early on in life that if I had a message, the best way I wanted to get it across was through comedy and through laughter. And so fast forward to being in the Air Force, Okinawa, Japan. The very first time I did comedy in 2007, I did it on Camp Foster, a Marine base, in front of like 90 Marines. And people think booing is the worst thing that can happen to you in comedy. It is not. They threw trays at me. Mm-hmm. They threw food trays at me. I was so horrible my very first time. Like,
yeah, because I remember I did that 30 minute joint on the ship, because after I did my shit, word just started getting around. I'm having officers coming to me, McCarvey, you do comedy? Now, like, they'll say it me, and I'm like, yes. I'm thinking I'm in trouble because, you know, I was partying my ass off and halfway coming to work, halfway hungover, and halfway late in San Diego. McCarvey, I'm like, oh shit, you finna never get it late. You do comedy, man? Yeah, yes sir, I do. And then it got to my E9, my command E9. He's like, I want you to do something on the ship for 30 minutes, which a lot of people don't know. If you do something in the military, it is very hard to do because you have to be PC as a motherfucker. You don't necessarily have to be clean, but it can't be offensive and stuff, and it can't trigger nobody because we're in the PC military. So I did it 30 minutes, I put it up, and the first comments I read was Sonny comment when I put it up, I don't see no trays thrown on you. Job well done. I'm like, what? Because here's the thing a lot of people don't know. People would think, I had people who used to come to my comedy shows all the time when I was stationed in San Diego. And a lot of people would be like, oh, you got your friends from your ship coming, they're gonna applaud you. I said, people, let me tell y'all something. Military members, and these your friends in the military, they are some of the hardest people to impress.
Oh yeah.
Cause they will come straight. They'll come straight up to you. Man, I heard you doing your little comedy show. You know, anytime somebody put little on some shit, I heard you doing your little comedy show tonight. Yeah, I'm doing my little comedy. I'm gonna show up. Your ass better be funny, because you ain't funny, I'm going to talk about your ass tonight. I'm going to talk about your ass on the ship tomorrow. And then I get off, and I be at work the next day. We going through all the shit we got to do more one of my officers stopped, was like, hey, McCarvey, saw him last night. Funny as hell. Go check him out. People going through the shit. Hey, man, your shit was funny. Boy, I heard you bust their ass last night on stage. I'm like, so if you in the military listening to this and you want to give comedy a go, definitely invite your friends who work with you, because they gonna let you know, hey, bro, you got something. Hey, bro, give that the fuck up.
The dope thing about friends in the military is that they gonna come out and support regardless, but you don't know what kind of support you get. Like I hosted a talent show in Okinawa one time, and shout out to my little sister, one of my best friends, Melissa Jackson. She told me beforehand. She said, I'm going just so I can throw a pair of panties, a pair of big girl panties on stage at you. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, whatever. She brought like a cadre of bad bitches with her. Like,
man said a cadre
of bad bitches. They all had on Sonny G. At the time, I was part of a gang/rap group called Black Union. And so they all had Black Union Sonny G t-shirts on, and they showed up. And she really came just to throw the pair of size 3X panties on stage. That was really her mission, because afterwards I was like, so how'd I do? She was like, oh, I didn't hear you. I'm like, so you just threw the panties on stage? And then she's like, oh yeah, I didn't. Then me and the girls, we talked. So you brought a bunch of bad bitches with you, and then you threw the panties on stage, but you didn't listen to none of my set. Okay, I'll take it. Because people still.
No, because I remember that your first time, one of your first time doing the talent show, you was on Okinawa, that you were doing. I heard the Marines fucking with you, and even though I can hear the Marines fucking with you, and it's more than like about 5 of them here fucking with you, I heard Melissa's voice, keep going, son. I'm like, damn, one woman is drowning out 5 of these motherfuckers.
Oh, she was ready to. Now that's one.
No, that's one thing. I met her, man. No, she'll throw down.
She was ready.
She throw down.
Fight. If she told. I'm talking about. She told them, y'all better shut the fuck up. And Melissa stands like 5'2".
Oh yeah, she tiny.
Just like what they think. Old boy said she's 5'2". No, Melissa really is 5'2", but she is. Firecracker don't even begin.
Like, oh, that's a whole TNT. That's a whole TNT. That's a whole TNT case. That's a case of TNT right there.
Like, as a matter of fact, I talk about it all the time. I used to fight Marines like every weekend, and if I couldn't call nobody else if I was in a fight, I could call Melissa. Like, I never wanted to call Melissa, but if she seen me get into a fight with Marines, it was a wrap. Here she come, and I'm like, hold on. She fought a nigga that she was fucking one time for me, but that's another story.
No, we ain't finna incriminate nobody.
But anyway, the point of the story though was the support, the love. Yeah. So if you in the military, first off, don't ever be discouraged if your first time don't go well. Just the fact that you got the courage to do it says something about you and your spirit. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people out here. I listen to Les Brown a lot. Les Brown is a motivational speaker, and one of the things he says is that the most talented gathering of individuals in the world is in the cemetery, because a lot of people take their talent with them to the grave without ever showing it to the world. They're too scared or they're too afraid or whatever. Just the fact that you are willing to put your talent out there speaks volumes about you. So don't ever think because I put myself out there and it didn't work out, oh, well, I'm never doing this again. No, do it again. You can keep doing it until you get the preferred results. I am the most disrespected comedian in Atlanta. Anybody listening to this, I'm talking about if you say Sonny G, you only gonna get one of 2 reactions. Sonny, yeah, that's my man, I fuck with him. Or Sonny, man, fuck that nigga. Like, those are the only 2 reactions you were gonna get if you say my name in Atlanta. And I'm cool with that. I am absolutely cool with that.
But I'll say this to anybody doing comedy military, they do that, because I'm gonna be honest, that'll open doors for you at your command, because people will know you as that kind of guy. I actually got a damn qualification just off the fact the man said, you fucking make me laugh, bro. He said, what, you got your qualification paperwork? Yeah. He said, give it here. I said, I ain't got to sit down and bore. He said, nah, man. Well, you make me fucking laugh, man. I like your ass.
It's a double-edged sword.
No, you can have, because you can also have motherfuckers who jealous of your ass because they see, okay, he don't need to depend on this shit. He got something else going on outside of him.
It ain't even just the jealousy. It's also the people who So once motherfuckers like found out that I was pursuing comedy my last year in the Air Force or whatever, oh, you missed the funny guy. All right then, how about you read the base commander awards and stuff? Which mind you, I said, I've been the proctor for shit since I was a little kid, so that's not the issue, but it's the fact that they were doing it maliciously. It wasn't that they thought I was the most qualified or anything. You a comedian? Well, we need you to do this. Oh, Mr. Funny, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a double-edged sword. It's gonna be folks that actually genuinely support you, and then it's gonna be folks that feel like I'm gonna exploit this talent. Not necessarily that they jealous of you, but you have this talent. It's gonna be somebody who doesn't like speaking in public. Yeah. So because your sergeant, your immediate supervisor sergeant might not like speaking in public. So because he knows that you are a comedian or a musician or whatever, he gonna make you do it. Not because he supports your dream, but because he knows he can exploit your talent. I'm quick with them. I hit them with a one-liner. Like if they give me, come on, McCarvey, this ain't like being on stage. Yeah, who's funny now? I said, me when I filed this EO complaint against your motherfucking ass. Okay, yeah, go on. I'm with the shits as I am funny, bitch. Okay. I'm so surprised you still in.
I'm surprised I'm still in.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like, cause
I'm surprised I'm still in.
You be telling me stories and I'll be like, Petey be talking to these motherfuckers just like he talked to motherfuckers in Atlanta, like.
But no, because the reason I talk to their ass like that is because I catch them in the wrong when they saying some shit, and I got witnesses to back me up, so they like, okay, I can write you up, really? Because I got 2-3 witnesses that heard what the fuck you said before I told you fuck you and everything you stand for. Because I told one of my supervisors, I'm going to tell him I said fuck you. I said, I didn't say fuck you. I said fuck you and everything you stand for, you believe in, and you will fight for. I said, if you're going to write me the fuck up, I said, write it up well, partner. And they said, and I said, yeah, by the way, I got 2 or 3 witnesses that heard you call me out my name too. So if that's how you want to play it, champ, we can go there.
You just reminded me, like, there's a lot of manipulation and coercion going on. It goes on, and of course it goes on in all aspects
of life,
politics or whatever, but especially in the military, because like you were saying, those witnesses, I've had situations where I've been in the right and I've had witnesses, and then those witnesses won't step forward, or they've been coerced into you'll ruin your career if you side with Airman Roberts and this, that, and the third.
So here's the thing about me, they can't hold that against me. I already got an NJP on my record, because like I remember when I first got back, one of my supervisors tried to write me up on some bogus shit, and my other supervisor said, no, you're not gonna do that, and because he handed me the damn the counseling, and I'm looking at him like, bro, I got an NJP, this is child's play.
Right.
This is like you basically said, well, I'm gonna send you to ISS. Motherfucker, I got suspended for 2 weeks 6 months ago.
That's funny.
One day ISS ain't gonna kill me.
That's like I got an Article 15, but I appealed it. But I got an Article 15, and so after I got my Article 15, I got a new supervisor, a new tech sergeant, and they kept trying to threaten me with LORs, and I was the same way. I'm like, I have an Article 15. What do you think an LOR on my record is gonna do? Like, what does a letter of reprimand mean to somebody who is technically supposed to be getting dishonorably discharged from this motherfucker?
I don't know, but like we finna move on from that. We'll go off on a whole damn
your
tangent.
PTSD flaring up.
Well, I can't really say
it ain't even PTSD because you still in there. It's just TSD.
No, you know what's funny?
You have TSD.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna say, I'm gonna fuck you. You know what's
TSD? That's funny to me. I'm sorry.
Fuck you. I ain't got no company. I was saying fuck you, asshole. You know what's funny to me? When I come back from deployments, like remember when I came back from that 10-monther in 2015? Man, remember, shout out to Carlos Miller and Clayton English. Y'all know them. They wear respect committee. Carlos Miller is with 85 South Show with Chico Bean
and Wild
and DC Young Fly, Annie on Wild and Not. Real cool dude. I didn't even think Carlos remember who the hell I was when I came back. Cause this is when Carlos blew. He was already blew up. I mean, I already like looked up to the man like this is my Obi-Wan Kenobi. But this is for the world knew him. So I come back, him and Clayton English. He won Last Comic Stand about 2-3 seasons ago.
About 4.
About 3-4 seasons ago. So I come back. They acting like I'm a fucking Lorenz Tate coming back on there. Young Blood, how was it, Young Blood?
Back to the world.
You back to the world, Young Blood. But then there was some other people, a couple other comedians I know that came up to me. So, Peter, how was it? You good? You want to talk about it? Like, how was it? How was it? I said, you want to know what it's like to see a man's head blown off? I said, you know what that's like to see a man's head blown off, his guts in your hands, bullets whizzing past your head? I said, You don't know what that's like? I said, well, shit, I was hoping you could tell me. I ain't seen none of that shit. My deployment's been easy. That's like my deployment cakewalk. That's like I'm literally robbing the church's money. Church meaning the government, because I'm literally just sitting on my head just cooling.
I ain't gonna lie. Because you know you're a very passionate dude. So you only, in my opinion, you have 2 levels, 0 and 100.
Oh yeah, ain't no in between.
And so it's funny because I was with you that night, and when people was asking you, I thought your response was gonna be like Ed the Third on Boondocks. How was it? It was whoa. I mean, they had bitches, but they had that carpet shit over their face, and you can't really see. So, and then they stopped taking me out on patrols because I was shitting myself, and so they called me stink bomb, and they said I was giving away the location. I thought you was gonna go into like that type of mode. It was funny. I remember that night very clearly. I swore I was like, oh, Petey about to go.
Well, nah, cause after being in the military, like I still 0 to 100, but it's like you deal with so much stupid shit. Cause I remember my boy Marlon Ballard, who performed with us last night. Shout out to him. It's another comedian here that was kind of in my personal space. You know, I've been deployed. Mm-hmm. Especially on the Navy ship or on the destroyer. You don't got that much personal space. He kept us in my personal space, half acting. I just said, hey, my brother. I said, look, man, I just came back from 10-month deployment. I kind of been stacked on top of other niggas for like 10 months. I'm gonna need you to bag the fuck on, man. Just like take it over there a few feet. He like, I said, no, you cool, bro. Just I need my space, bro. I ain't had space in 10 months. And Marlon was like, man, I said, bro, I didn't deal with some. But you know what's funny about that night? We ended up going to Blue Flame. It was me, O.D. Odell, Tyler Chronicle, shout out to him, and the young lady he was seeing at the time. Mm-hmm. They took me to Blue Flame. You know these motherfuckers got me a patriotic lap dance?
Of course.
Dude, no, it was funny because I was expecting the girl to be like real rude mean. Like they told us, hey, my boy just came back from the deployment. She came up, gave me a hug, thank you for your service. What branch are you in? Gave me a lap dance and all this shit. And you know, they ain't had nothing in a while.
People don't realize.
And her skin felt like wet silk. And then she gave me one. She gave me another hug. Welcome home and thank you for keeping us safe. I'm like, you welcome, guys.
People don't realize Blue Flame is the I don't know who manages Blue Flame. I want to get cool with them though, because whoever manages Blue Flame, first off they have veteran specials. I went one time.
How you know about the veteran specials?
Because I went one time. I don't do strip clubs. I don't like strip clubs because to me they're all you can eat buffets that you can't actually eat at. It's like, why am I?
We talking about chicken wings? You can eat the chicken wings.
No. I'm metaphorically.
Because I'm about to say, I don't understand how people eat the chicken wings, but just people that swear by chicken wings from the strip club.
Metaphorically, a strip club to me is I'm paying a cover charge to look at steak that I can't actually put my fork and knife to. You mean you
can? You just gonna have to pay a hell of a lot to put your fork and knife to.
I can pay the cover charge to sniff the steak, or I can pay quadruple the cover charge to actually I might as well just pay triple, or I might as well just. Anyway, the point I was making was that I went to Blue Flame one time and I showed my ID, and my ID says veteran on it. And the guy at the door goes, "Oh, you a veteran? Oh, hold on." And he calls the manager over. The manager looks at my ID, and the cover charge I think is normally 10 or 20. I can't remember. I got in that bitch for $3. So then I'm in there. I'm thinking, okay, well that's the extent of it. I get in there again. They card me at the bar. She sees this veteran on it. I think I got drunk as hell for like $20. Like, you know, and drinks in Atlanta. Like,
oh no, the motherfucker costs arm, a leg, a foot, and your soul to the devil plus $10.
But I think for $20, I think I drank like 4 or 5 Hennessy straights. Like,
straight.
And you know, Hennessy is like $12 by itself in Blue Flame. So shouts out to the manager of Blue Flame. But I said all that to say, like, they do stuff for the homeless. For real, they do stuff for the homeless. They do stuff for single moms. Blue Flame is actually a very philanthropic organization for it. People just think strip club and wings. Whoever is running Blue Flame is doing a lot for Atlanta. They might have been the reason Keisha Bottoms got elected, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they found out later.
They have brought us some of the best music videos of hip hop history.
That reminds me, I wanted to talk to you about this. I wanted to get into this debate with you. Okay, so tip drill versus twerk.
Tip drill takes the fucking cake. Twerk.
So you like small booties?
I like booties that I can see that are naked, all the way naked.
So you like small, because here's my thing about tip drill. Tip drill for its time was great, but if you go and look at it now, all them girls were the A cups of asses. They all had A cups of asses. Twerk has real live fat asses.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, this is what I saw about tip drill. Tip drill, the way that would look like it's a mansion at a party, it gives me the illusion that shit get wild. I can pull one of them bitches in the room and we go at it. I saw the twerk video. I'm like, I know I'm gonna have to break my bank to tolerate one of these chicks. That's what I got from the twerk video.
That sounds more like personal perception.
I'm saying, but you asked me what I feel. You just saying.
I'm just saying, like you made a story in your head about what each of these videos means. Like in the tip drill video, it's a mansion party. These bitches is drunk, freaky, naked, and I can go do this. And then the twerk video is. But me, I was just looking at asses.
I mean, no, they both full of asses. And two, I got to see Cardi B as naked as we probably get to see it. So that's a plus for twerk.
But so tip drill, even it's a fine. It's like it set the standard for videos of twerking and everything like that. But if you actually like fat, jiggly, booming asses, the twerk video beats it. Like I feel like if going back and looking at tip drill, I feel like I'm looking at like the junior varsity squad of asses. Versus then the twerk video comes and here are the majorettes. Or no. So I said that backwards. I feel like the tip drill video is the majorettes, and then the twerk video is the actual varsity team of ass shakers. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think anybody in tip drill in 2019 would have a successful career in Blue Flame.
But see, here's the thing about me. I tend to go for the girls who kind of like nerdy and kind of ain't just weird and stuff like that, and that's mainly gonna be your majorettes. Yep. So I tend to go for no, I don't get to it. I got two spectrums when it comes for me liking women. I either want the one that's kind of real weird or real fine. I don't do the in between. I want the real bad bitch. I want to be like she a little quirky.
You know who you would like? Megan Thee Stallion.
I do like Megan Thee Stallion. I ride that motherfucker into the ground.
But see, that's because you like how she looks. Do you know her personality is weird and nerdy as fuck?
No, she's smart as hell. I know she college educated and all this.
Not just that, she likes anime. She likes anime.
I know a lot of and you really going. I know a lot of hood motherfuckers that like anime and all.
But I'm saying like Megan, that's what attracted me. Megan, one time because in the nerd community, there's a lot of what's called gatekeeping. Yeah. And motherfuckers be trying to as soon as a chick come on and say, I like Star Wars, here comes some nerd nigga talking about some, oh yeah, what was Darth Vader's middle name? Like, motherfucker, that's obscure knowledge is not what makes you a fan of nothing. Okay. But so Megan I remember one time I was looking at a live with Megan Thee Stallion, and she was saying how one of her favorite animes was My Hero Academia, which just happens to be one of my daughter's favorite animes. And somebody came trying to do that gatekeeper shit. Oh yeah, well, how did All Might get his power? And the way they phrased the question was wrong. So first she corrected the question, then she answered the question, and then she went off on this motherfucker for trying to test her nerd knowledge. And I just thought that was the sexiest shit ever. I was like, oh my God. That's before I even...
Man, y'all, this man that came up, put his elbows on the table, cupped his hands, and cupped his head in the palm of his hands, like looking like a teenage girl daydreaming about how that...
I was smitten. I was smitten. I don't even use that word.
Well, getting on to some nerd stuff, so... The term trap nerd. Basically, I know where the trap comes from because
we stayed in the trap.
And you've like lived everywhere around Atlanta like a motherfucker who's been trapping. Like this man pretty much then lived every side of Atlanta except
the south side. Because where we wasn't technically
that's downtown. No, like downtown southeast Atlanta.
But like south side, like Terra Boulevard, like how motherfuckers talk about the south side, they really be talking about.
But you was on the... You never stayed on the east side, though, either.
I went Wesley Chapel.
Oh, you sure did. As soon as I came back from the prom, that's the night I tried to come back in. I got stuck in the damn... I had to go get a hotel room because I ain't want to knock on your window because it was a cop rolling by. It was the Cobb County police rolling by. And I'm like, he gonna look like I'm breaking in the house. But yeah, this man has literally...
I've stayed on the east side. I've stayed in Decatur. I've stayed in Bankhead. I'm talking about I lived right next... That's how I found out. Like, I didn't know that Andre corrected J. Cole and said, it's not Hollywood Cole, it's Hollywood Court. I didn't learn that from the internet. I learned that because I actually lived next to
so you
Hollywood
know, like when I
Court.
came back from deployment and came and chilled with you, you stand over there on the west. I actually rolled past Hollywood Court. I was like, oh shit. I said, Andre Duke, I see why don't nobody want to fuck with Hollywood Court. God damn, it's abandoned and scary looking. And we low key, speaking of trap, we was down there downtown by it's now Georgia State Stadium.
But it used to be
Turner Field, home of them Braves. We basically were low-key lookout boys for that whole crew down there, basically. Cause no, like the thing was, we wasn't on their payroll, just have me and this man to be coming from work. And we'll see the cops be like, hey, bro, they coming up the block.
It was the fact that our porch was conveniently located in between where the cops would have to come in if they wanted to bust somebody, and where we could see the dope boys doing their thing. So it wasn't like. It was a community service. I felt like it was community service. You know what I'm saying?
Cause no, so like it'd be a Sunday or something, we might see a cop, and then what was the old head that was out there?
Posse.
Yeah, I'd be like, Posse. Bro, you might want to cool out. Well, I just seen 12. Oh, appreciate you might want to cool out. Remember that time they was hitting a raid and the man pulled a gun on us? And then I found out later, because I told my mom this. My mom told me, baby, they was finna hit a raid on him. The cop was trying to tell you get inside because they finna raid. I said, but he could have been like, hey, get the fuck inside. This man literally pulled a gun on us.
Yeah.
On a Sunday, me and Sonny sitting on the porch, chilling. He like, hey, y'all need to get in the house. He like, hey, get in the house. I'm like, dude, we on the porch. Get in the house. I'm like, we ain't about nobody. Got out the car, said, get in the house. I'm like, why you gonna pull a gun on us, bro? Like, seriously? Like.
Right. We on the porch legally. We ain't doing shit illegal, but yeah, that's when you know. But
man, that shit was weird. Remember that day we heard somebody die over there?
Upstairs.
We literally heard, y'all, this ain't no exaggeration. Because it was the day I was moving out because Sonny wanted to go stay by us. It wasn't no beef or with nothing between us because actually I still kept going over his house for Sunday dinners and stuff like that. He just said he wanted to have his own space and live by himself. So I was like, all right, I feel that. So I went and moved my aunt on it. The day I'm moving out, we heard a big thud upstairs. And we was like, the fuck is that? Lady came out and said, my mama just died. I'm like, my mama just died. Like, we literally just heard somebody fucking die. No. Hey, madam, what's going on? Sonny's lady, Kelly, just came in. We did you tell her we was recording, bro? Because she looked like...
She was still asleep, and I forgot to... I closed all the doors.
No, y'all good.
Okay.
Being nosy.
Oh.
Okay. That moment was brought to you by Miss Kelly. Keeping Sonny G straight since 2015?
16. Yeah.
2016.
Yeah, I
That's sponsorship.
You see,
that's your sponsorship.
You see how I was already ready to turn around with the baby. We just like I felt like I was doing something wrong, baby. We just doing a podcast. That's all. We just doing a podcast.
Oh man, but no, shout out to her, man.
But yeah, the crazy thing is, I was talking to the daughter of the lady who died on Plenty of Fish. So
what?
Yes. So I think it was like a couple weeks later, she hit me up and she was like, do you live downstairs from me? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, so if you don't want to live upstairs from me, was that your mom that died a couple weeks ago? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh.
No, the thing that takes the cake is two incidents while we were living over there take the cake and while we were living in the trap. One was when all them white people that was trying to go to see the Braves game.
Oh, when they got their car
and they got their car towed, and everybody left. I had to go over there and talk to them because everybody was just laughing. They was scared. I said, "Look, man, I understand. Y'all know y'all in the trap. Ain't nobody gonna bother us. Now we gonna laugh at your goofy ass."
Here's the funniest part of that story to me, because whenever you tell it, you always leave out the part that we tried to warn them. We did try to warn them.
Because matter of fact, that was the one time we was doing something in my car that was just one day we just decided to sit on the front and drink beer or something.
Yeah.
I forgot what we was doing, but we just said, you know what? We gonna sit out front of the building today and we just gonna drink. And the white people we like, hey, y'all sure y'all wanna leave y'all shit over here?
We're like, hey,
you positive?
You might not. Well, I paid the guy $20. That you technically just got robbed. But if I was you, I would not leave your car there. Me and Petey sat there and tried to.
No, we tried to talk three people, not three people, because we both had two tall boys. Cause I think I went to the liquor store. We got two tall boys.
We lived right across the street. Yeah.
So we got two tall boys. So we sitting there by the first people like, hey, I don't think y'all want to leave it there. Then so like, I don't think it's the third people. We looked at each other. We like,
no.
We like, fuck it. We clanked up the damn tall boy. Fuck it. I said, it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out. They came out there game.
When I tell
And they was nervous, and everybody, I'm looking at everybody like, man, y'all ain't gonna say nothing. And I was like, and then Sonny was like, Sonny, you the most sensible person, because Sonny is usually the most sensible person, so you gonna make me be the adult in this situation. He laughing too.
Because we told him.
No,
that's my I'm petty. I'm sensible, but I'm petty. Yes. Oh shit, yes.
Uh-oh.
But yes, I'm sensible, but I'm also petty. And I'm like, we told these people not to park here, and they acted like because we two black men holding beer in our hands, we don't know what we talking about.
So then after that, I had to go be the sensible motherfucker. Like, look, man, ain't nobody finna rob y'all. We laughing at y'all ass because it's funny, but ain't nobody gonna rob. But no, where the nerd part come in about this, like inside that house, I'm talking about like hood nerd shit. Me, him, and your brother Doug when he was living there. Y'all wanna know some of the hoodie shit that went on in that house? We be sitting there drinking, or they be smoking. I don't do that. Watching fucking Family Feud or Jeopardy, and we getting all these motherfucking questions right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We getting all these goddamn questions, and we'll get mad if the question left out of detail, like Waterloo was winning, something. Like, wait a minute. I'm sorry, we all be sitting there. Who fought? When was the Battle of New Orleans fought? Man, everybody know that shit was fought 2 weeks after the goddamn War 1812 happened.
Right. Nah, like, so the whole thing with Trap Nerd is, and I've explained this, so now it's cool to be a nerd. You know what I'm saying? The 2010s have changed the word nerd completely from being disrespectful to being a term of endearment. It's almost like it's the new N-word, literally. Like, but when I was coming up as a nerd in the 90s, you know, that was one of the worst things you could be. Somebody called you a nerd. Them was fighting words if you felt like you wasn't a nerd or if you really was a nerd. So the whole trap nerd thing is, like you said, we was living in Turner Field. Well, we was living by Turner Field, but I'm working third shift and coming home and I got a Spider-Man jacket on. And motherfuckers would know me by that. They'd be like, oh yeah, nah, that's Sonny. He cool with the Spider-Man jacket. Don't rob him.
Yeah, to tell you it was a blood block, because I used to work at Walgreens at the time. You know, Walgreens, you got to wear blue. So I'm coming up, I got a blue jacket on. Somebody who I didn't see, like, hey man, what the fuck you know yet? And then some little young buck or possibly like, man, that dude work at Walgreens. You don't see that name? Leave that man the fuck alone. He just going to go to work. And the little kids be cool with us too, because I used to have to the nigga rig how to get the damn thing. And they see my car, so I say, hey cuz, you don't know the new code? Like, yeah, alright, this is a new code. Watch it one time, because I ain't gonna share it with you no more. I got you. Man, shit.
So, I've always been like you talked about, I done lived in every corner of Atlanta, and I've never had any kind of fear of, because I grew up in Madisonville, part of Cincinnati, Ohio, which is, if I had to compare it to anything that rappers talk about, I would say it's the Brownsville of Cincinnati.
Shout out to my boy Get It, man. Dude I met on deployment. He from Brownsville, never ran, never real. Brooklyn, stand up, baby.
Yeah, like if you from Madisonville, all you know is hustle and survive. Those are the only two things.
Oh yeah, you definitely did that, boy. It be times I remember we come in, I'm like, man, how we gonna make it? And then I'm like, damn, we made it to another month. Oh, yeah. It just got to a point I never just even, and it's funny, because the nerd shit, what he be doing, like I said, I say this man is a comic book savant or anything. Like, anytime a movie came out, I would call him up. Like, I'm in California, I call him up, hey, brother, they true to the shit. They're like calling your OG to be like, hey, man, what's going on? They true to shit. Oh, that's factual, cuz. All right. Because, like, I got a chick I was talking to like that. She's in the Army I was talking to. And she said, oh, you trying to run a Jedi mind control trick on me? Jedi mind control on me. I said, so you basically call yourself weak-minded. She's like, what you mean? I said, Jedi mind control only works on the weak-minded. And she like, I said, damn it, Sonny, shit. Because I remember you told me that, it's like, yeah, you said Jedi mind control only works on the weak-minded.
It does.
So I said, you basically just call. He said, why? You kind of, I said, no, I learned that from my boy. So that's why I went after we saw fucking Suicide Squad. And you knew I was pissed because you know who my favorite villain is.
Oh, yeah. And I like, and shout out to Jared Leto's Joker.
But
like, in the nerd community, he's the least liked Joker, and I felt like that was a very great concept to make Joker contemporary.
Because you know I like the Joker, so I was in the theater like 8 fucking minutes.
Oh yeah, no, he had
8 fucking minutes. So I called you. I was like, I gotta call my boy. I said, hey Sonny, what the fuck? You're like, what the fuck? I like, Joker? Yeah. I was like, no, he actually put me on game about when I was stationed in San Diego. I didn't know Comic-Con was as big as it did, because like I had got out there when Comic-Con was going on. So I put up a status saying, man, in San Diego, what I'm gonna do? You like, bro, Comic-Con. That's it. I just looked up your base. You literally right down the street from Comic-Con. Was anybody, if you stationed in San Diego, California, on Naval Base San Diego, aka 32nd Street Naval Base, you literally right down the street where they have Comic-Con at the San Diego Convention Center. So he's like, bro, you literally right down the street. I said, bro, that's some nerd shit. He started showing me them pictures of them girls in that cosplay. Man. He's like, you still think that's some nerd shit now? I was like, damn. So I jump in the shit.
Man, shouts out shouts out to my daddy, because I don't think this is PC for 2020, but his favorite thing to say back when I was a kid is there's preverts, perverts, and proverbs. A prevert is a pervert who doesn't realize his potential yet. Everybody knows what a pervert is, and a provert is someone who's perfected it.
I like that.
And so, as a self-proclaimed provert, if you've ever in your life wondered what slutty Pikachu looks like, go to Comic-Con. If you've ever thought to yourself, you know, I like Poison Ivy, but what does she look like in a thong? Go to Comic-Con. If you've ever wanted to know what the plant from Little Shop of Horrors looks like with boobs, go to Comic-Con.
Oh, no.
You will find.
Oh no, bro. That's what we used to do. Like cause like I said, we'll hop the train, cause it's a straight shot downtown. We be already pregame, so by the time we catch all them, cause like Comic-Con is right across the street from the Gas Lamp District, which is downtown San Diego. Mm-hmm. So they gonna go bar hopping. Ain't nothing but bars all along Fifth Avenue, cause Fifth Avenue is the main drag, and it just branches off from there. So we used to go down there and catch all of them. Bro, I'm gonna have to get you out there, because I'm gonna actually get the station back out there in 10 months.
I'll be there.
You're gonna have to one May. You just gonna have to save up your coins, and you're gonna have to go on.
It might ruin my relationship. Shouts out to the Bay. I love you, but I don't know. You might get that call from Harlem Nights. Hey, you put your mother on the phone.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I
ain't never coming home.
I ain't finna, like I tell all you and all my homeboys that's about to do dirt. I said, look, I ain't gonna encourage you to do the shit, but I ain't finna hold your hand and be your Jiminy Cricket either. So you come back home to Atlanta, Petey, that's on you. I'm gonna do just like how Patrick did on SpongeBob. Petey is not here right now. Leave a message after the beep. That's my favorite. One of my favorite scenes. I'm like, Patrick, you know Sandy looking right at your dumb ass.
Shouts out to SpongeBob for being a funny ass show for 20 something years.
My favorite scene on SpongeBob was when Mr. Krabs went to the emergency room. He saw the bee. He said, I forgot how much the beer was, but it was high as hell. SpongeBob said, you gonna have a heart attack, Mr. Krabs said, not at these prices. I said, hell no. You know, I found out Mr. Krabs, the captain of the COs from Shawshank Redemption.
Really?
Yes, Clancy Brown. That is the voice of Mr. Krabs.
He was also the voice of Lex Luthor back in the old Superman cartoon.
That man is like
Clancy Brown is he's an underrated.
No, he's underrated. He's very underrated. Him and I can't say she's underrated because I know, but Cree Summer on that same shit too.
Man, Cree is bae all day. Cree is like, so when people be like, oh, you just discriminate against skinny women. First off, Cree Summers ain't never been more than $120 in her whole life, and she has always been
she like 50 something, and I saw on Instagram 50 something, she's still beautiful.
Cree Summers could get all my money. I'm talking about if
I ain't gonna lie, I'd like to do it to her and then have her make the Elmira voice. I can't say the Susie Carmichael voice because that's kind of weird, because Susie Carmichael's like 4 years old.
So is Elmira.
Elmira's not no 4 years old.
Elmira's a little kid.
They was in college, wasn't it? I thought Tiny Vince was in college.
Acme University is a high school.
She a senior that's 18. that's how I'm gonna come back. She a senior that's 18. She's a senior that's 18.
But yeah, so shouts out real quick to something that I just learned. So Parker Brothers when we was kids, I don't know if you old enough to remember, but there used to be a time where board games would come out for anything.
Yeah.
So there used to be a game called Don't Wake Daddy. The commercial was the firest part of that. Don't wake Daddy from Parker Brothers. Shh. But so apparently Parker Brothers done lost the rights to a lot of their most popular games because Kelly, my girlfriend, brought home some games that they selling at the dollar store. I'm not gonna say which one. They don't get no free advertising from me, but
you gave Blue Flame like a goddamn 3-minute fucking trailer.
Blue Flame also, as I explained, does a lot for the community. they give a lot back to the community. Mm-hmm. But the dollar store. So Parker Brothers apparently lost their license for a lot of their most popular games, and then decided to make knockoffs of the games they lost licenses for. So instead of sorry, we have no apologies by Parker Brothers. Instead of shoots and ladders, we have climb and slide.
Oh my God, I ain't even see that.
By Parker Brothers. And so I was just wondering to myself. I said, I wonder what else. And I didn't find any other. Oh no. And instead of Clue, it's just called Mystery. Instead of being Clue. So,
what about Guess Who? So Guess Who is who this is?
I didn't even come up.
I guess Guess Who, but like who this is?
I didn't even come up with one for Guess Who, but
man.
So I came up with a list of games that I feel like Parker Brothers should, since they've done lost their license for their games, the game of existence,
life,
and bubble-tastic behavioral issues,
bubble trouble
instead of trouble, confectionery snack zone. Candyland, yep. Thirsty elephants.
Hungry hippo.
Shh, mom sleeping instead of don't wake daddy.
Don't wake daddy. You know what? Your ass need to go and work for like Great Value or some shit like that. For you to come up with that type of shit, bro.
Invasive surgery.
Operation?
Yep. Hamster escape room.
What was hamster?
Mousetrap,
okay. You know what? First of all, they can't do that because niggas ain't gonna know. Hey man, what the hell is this? This is a goddamn server, cuz I can't get this shit.
Attach 4.
Connect 4.
And finally, gentrification.
Tell it, which one would that be?
The most popular board game in the world.
Monopoly.
Because all Monopoly is technically the game of gentrification. If you think about it, all Monopoly is how to gentrify.
Boy,
you take a poor area, you buy it, and then you put rich shit in it.
Oh,
and then
man.
You make it more expensive for everybody else on the board.
That shit, my mind is blown. You damn
trap nerd.
Damn, boy, that my mind is blown. Hey, man, that is a perfect way to end this shit. Man, oh, man, Sonny, thank you for rocking out with me, man.
There's no problem, man.
Yeah, man, like, tell the people how to get in contact with you other than your podcast.
I'm on all social media, Trap Nerd Sonny. That is Sonny with an O, not a U. I'm not a stripper. I do F a podcast, and on YouTube, I also do Tank Shark, which is the only review show with a dude in a tank top. And just real quickly, I want to say this. Black men, we have to stop being afraid to show emotions and actually show love out there, because the news is portraying us as a bunch of savages who just want to kill each other. And I want to say this right now. I'm sitting here with my little brother. I love this man. And I don't mean that in no way that you can take it to flip it around. I love this man. And I think we should be able to tell each other, I love you, without any kind of connotation being forward. So, Petey, I appreciate you putting me on the show.
I love you too, bro. Man, this man actually taught me something about how I look at my comedy career and everything I'm doing. Because when I first moved, I was just pedal to the metal. And finally, he put me, said, man, what have you done to have some fun while you been? I said, what you talking about, bro? I said, bro, it's been constantly you going to work, going to go hit a stage, man. I said, well, man, I'm trying to grind. We go out when it deals with comedy. He said, take 2 weeks off and just enjoy Atlanta. Best 2 weeks I ever had of my life. Saw a lot of Atlanta that I saw every day, just took for granted. Hell, because of this man, we snuck into a nationally televised season of off-chain comedy show on Bounce TV. First day, we finagled our way. Second day, it was kind of like the man did everything. Third day, the man knew our name, held the door and told her where the chicken wings was.
So they took catering. They showed us where catering was, like we was on the show.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how most of the stories of me and my friends in Atlanta involve us sneaking into somewhere and then actually ingratiating ourselves with the staff. But we'll get into that at another time.
Yeah, because I'm about to run out of time on this thing. So y'all know how to get in contact with me. If you don't, my email is peteymac10@yahoo.com. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter at peteymac10. And, you find me on on Facebook, Pete McCorvey, or you type in Petey Mac, come on. So I'm gonna end it like how I always end it, like the way my boy Big Keep used to end it. Be cool, stay calm, and get paid. That was some food talk for y'all ass. Later.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.